We are now on, and yes, sir. Hello there, sir. Welcome to the lair. Today we are doing chapter 3 of Meet the Duelist. Today, you think it's that your voice on full voice activity, that's why we can't hear you. Fuck you, Boop. Tonight, we don't have sound. Perfect. Welcome to the lair. Today we are interviewing Mr. Neshy YGO, the Crystal Beast. Okay. This guy is the pioneer.
Oh yeah.
And this whole reason Zenith is not on the TCG yet. Because this man alone can FTK you 5 times in a game, okay? Hello, sir. Welcome to the lair. How are you doing?
Oh, I don't want to be the reason. I'm all good. Thanks for having me on the show.
No, sir. Thank you for coming by. Chapter 3, it's all yours. Shall we start with the questions, or would you like to ask something first?
Well, how long have you been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for?
That's a good question. My answer is I do not remember. You'll find out real quick. Memory is not the strength of the Lulu. Okay. I intend to say help such with nices.
You tribute yourself, so you don't know.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get started. So this one's pretty self-explanatory, but who are you? Tell us who are you. Let's start meeting you.
Well, I'm Neshy. I play with Crystal Beasts, and I get destroyed with Crystal Beasts. My all-time goal is to top the deck with Crystal Beasts in a Premier tournament, and because the deck has never gotten a Premier top before, so hoping to do that.
That's a really high hope, and we will hope to see you. I swear I can't talk. Okay. I hope we can see you accomplish that dream. We will be on your side, on your quest to top with Crystal Beasts.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I got the deck on the Top Decks website. As far as I know, as the first person on there, there's no other tops with Crystal Beast, Sapphire, Pegasus. So I was able to get it on there, and I'm pretty happy about that. But I want to do it at like a real event,
I mean that's good enough for most people, but not for you. You want more. You want to be the Crystal Beast. Excellent. Next one.
It'll be like an obsession. It'll keep going larger and larger up until like I want to win a YCS with Crystal Beast, which is probably impossible. Let's be honest.
Let's put it this way: if Blue Eyes managed to win a World Cup, why wouldn't you be able to win a YCS with Crystal Beast? You never stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming.
And also, Blue Eyes was kind of insane at that point.
Okay. Why Neshy? What's your name story? Where does Neshy come from?
Okay, so Neshy is actually my rap name from high school. One of the guys on the football team was just like, "Oh, you're nasty, Neshy." It's like, Neshy, that's pretty good. I'll stick with that.
That's it. That's mine now.
Nothing else really to it. That was my gamer tag ever since.
I wasn't expecting that. That was a really quick and nice story. Okay, I see. Okay, sir. So I brought you here because you're a content creator and a duelist. So what do you do? What are you known for? I guess we already know that, but just let the world know. Why are you known? What are you known for? What do you do?
I guess. Well, I started taking Yu-Gi-Oh a bit more seriously when I found out there were Facebook groups for it. So it's like, oh, they're actually a community of people that love the decks that I love. And I started, posting all my Crystal Beast ideas, and like some people were calling me the Crystal Beast God, and I'm like, I don't really like that name. I like the Crystal Master. That's the title I like the most. Okay. But I'm the Crystal Beast guy, and I didn't start getting like noticed really until I was messaging Yassine. I don't know if you know Yassine Sali, Yassine656. He was like, "Hey, do you have any like crazy Crystal Beast combos that you want to show Sam, and maybe he could feature on a video?" And I'm like, "Whoa, that's insane! I do have this Valiant Granite Halki 5."
Oh well, yes, I do.
dragons, and it ends on infinite negates, and that was really cool. Team Samurai actually featured that combo in his video and gave me a shout out, and I grew like 100 subs in one day, and that just like boosted me up a little bit so that I could start like making a name for myself. And like, I don't know, I didn't think I'd really get this far with Crystal Beast, honestly. I'm
Nice.
confident that there are only 500 Crystal Beast players that exist in the world, so just knowing that I have more than 500 subs is kind of insane.
Nice. That's Sasuga Crystal Beast Beastmaster. That's a really nice story. Okay. We are proud of you, sir. I hope your journey in the crystal meta grows larger and larger. So, I guess this question is basically useless now, but what's your favorite deck?
Gotta say True Draco. No, it's Crystal Beast,
had
baby.
to be, of course. Like, so, just like an off-topic, not quite an off-topic question, but talk us about Crystal Beasts. Like, why? Talk us about the deck. Why that deck? What do you like about the deck? Where did that deck's obsession came from? ATC.
Yeah. I wish I had a clear and concise answer for that one, because honestly, I don't know really myself. There's just something about it that I really enjoy, and I've just always kind of enjoyed. I saw an episode of GX when I was younger. I wasn't really allowed to watch Yu-Gi-Oh very much, but I did catch an episode, and it was Jesse playing Crystal Beast, and I saw Amber Mammoth just like crash into something. I'm like, this is really cool, and I saw him summon Rainbow Dragon. Whoa, this is crazy. They all like build up to a boss monster. I just thought that was really sweet. And they have awesome artwork too. And I don't know, everyone has like their favorite pet deck that they grow attached to. But I just wasn't interested in, so like I wanted to, of course, win games and stuff, so I wouldn't play Crystal Beast. But I just wasn't interested in winning games with a deck that was known to be good, a deck that people admitted was probably one of the best decks. I wanted to win with something that was unexpected. I wanted people to cheer for me because I was the underdog. I like being the people's champ. So I like surprising people with Crystal Beast, and that's just kind of what I enjoy the most about the game. And I love it too when other people can commit themselves to one deck. What comes to mind is Yishan with Ren Maju, or Shannon Long with Mech Knights, Steven with Pendulums. It's always awesome seeing people commit to one deck and seeing what they could do to it. Of course, yourself, the master of the layer,
I made every single layer profile in existence. I'm in so much pain. I played layer combo, man. I played layer combo,
Layer combo. How does that work?
Yeah, well, the quick answer is it does not.
I heard you mention.
The quick answer is it does not. The long answer is you start spamming dangers until you get to Lilith, and then you start setting traps, and now you have monster negates and trap stuff. It does not work. Do not try layer combo. Do not. It's a lot of physical and mental pain. Okay. Alright. Well, that's some dedication, man. It fills us with determination, I'd say. So there's something chat wanted to know. This was a question recommended by chat. So you're the Crystal Beast Master, okay? So I'm sure you know this. It might be a secret, but I guess it's time to uncover it, I guess. So the Crystal Beasts, right? They're so basically beasts made out of crystal. But how much of those monsters is crystal, and how much of those monsters is beast? Where's the line? But like, which is the percentage? How's the ratio? Where's the beast? Where does the beast end, and when does the crystal start?
That's a rough question, because if you look at the Crystal Beast, you see a whole beast, but then like a little gemstone on Amber Mammoth's head, or like Ruby Carbuncle, and then Topaz Tiger has it on like his shoulders or like his chest. And you'd think that all of them are beasts and they just have like a little bit of a crystal in them. But actually, like there are only 4 crystal beasts that are actually beasts. Like Cobalt Eagle's a winged beast, Emerald Tortoise is an aqua, Ruby's a fairy, and Zenith is a dragon.
It truly is a really intricate question.
Synergize very well when you could run Super Rush recklessly, where it's like you destroy a beast to shuffle a card on your opponent's field. So you are able to do that with like Sapphire Pegasus, who isn't even a wing beast; he's just a beast, and Topaz Tiger were like the best ones originally. But, like it's weird because like they're crystal beasts, but they're not all beasts. You know, never understood that.
See, it's truly one of the darkest mysteries of Yugi right now. Then I guess we will never know, or do we? We know you know the answer. You reveal the secrets. Come on, man.
Yeah, advanced dark
Okay.
mystery.
So
You see
little.
Dark Jesse knows, but we don't. We're still in the dark
We need to find
in
that
that
man.
way.
We need to find that man's secret. We need to get out that man from the grave. So a little deck building discussion right now. So you're the crystal again. You're the crystal beast. So tell us about crystal beast deck building. What is the basic thing everyone needs to know besides, for example, triple Pegasus, because triple Pegasus? So give us your deck building secrets. Like if someone right now wanted to play crystal beasts.
Well, one of my more like controversial opinions when I started sharing my ideas with other Crystal Beast players was playing one Ruby in the deck. Because Ruby, you never want to see it in your hand. That's the thing. Every Crystal Beast player knows that Ruby sucks in the hand. So instead of playing two, I opted to go for just the one in a Crystal Abundance deck where you actually need to special summon a lot of Crystal Beasts. But like, people don't understand that using your Crystal Beacon for Sapphire Pegasus is just as good as a Ruby, you know, because you still need that back row advantage. Because when you summon that Ruby, it soul charges your back row, sure, but you still like lose out on a lot because now you don't have that back row advantage, and your main win condition is Crystal Abundance, right? That's the OG one. We don't play Rainbow Dragon. I think every Crystal Beast player knows that, like, you have 3 Pegasus and then no Rainbow Dragon if you actually want to play competitively. But one Ruby was like the first like revolutionary idea that I brought to the table. And, you know, I see a lot of players that are only playing one Ruby or even just cutting it all together. The OCG list with Zenith aren't even playing Ruby at all because it's like you don't really want to do a whole lot of special summoning with Zenith. He's already like the one card. He turns Pegasus into his.
We are going to talk about Zenith later. Yeah.
So like it's already like pretty decent being able to run a minimal Crystal Beast engine once we get Zenith. And that's part of the reason why it makes it insane.
Cool. That's really good information actually for people who doesn't know. Quick stop. Mr. Popular Remy 24. Welcome. We're going to do the chat questions as soon as we end with the normal questions, so we can finish the normal questions and then we go chat spam questions. So keep your questions in mind, do not lose them, and we will see all of those at the end. Okay, really good. So that's a really good theory craft. So you need the back row advantage. So even though it's really important to resolve the cat, right? You say there's like no true need of resolving cat that fast if you don't have that many card advantage. Basically, you have many crystal back row advantage.
Yeah, and like I guess it's being able to grab Crystal Beasts from the graveyard. You're able to just float them around essentially. You have Crystal Blessing bring them from the graveyard. Promise can bring them out from the back row. Same with Rainbow Ruins. So like the Crystal Beasts just all float around as long as that Ruby doesn't get banished, like with Called by the Grave.
So what
then
happens?
It should be all good.
So what happens if someone cyclones Ruby?
Ruby sings Dame Dane, and then you just lose.
Perfect. Just as we saw in the video. Good. Any other deck building tips or?
Of course, every time.
Wait, I think you didn't hear.
Did you ask if I had any tips?
Yes. Any more tips, or should we go to the next question?
Oh, I mean, I guess I like playing Cobalt Eagle. A lot of people like it for Lightning Chidori, but I actually use it to play around There Can Only Be One. So with Pegasus being a beast, Cobalt Eagle actually works as the only level 4 that isn't a beast. So you're able to use Sapphire Pegasus, and then if they flip There Can Be Only One, or they just have it up already, you can put Cobalt Eagle in the back row and then promise that out. of another Pegasus, and you can make Tornado Dragon and pop the their can. So that's actually a nice use for Cobalt Eagle that I like. And I like Cobalt Eagle because he can do an infinite grind game because he can put himself on the top of the deck. He can never deck out.
Literally unautable, impossible to deck out. The accountable man. Okay, so just now you had a little lag. Let's hope we don't get more of those. Right. So next one. How do you come out with every single one of your crystal builds? Like you made an FTK, you made multiple ways of making your opponent's cup with Valgus Kappas. You made a lot of actual big combos with guard dragons and stuff. And so how and like when do you feel those combos or different deck builds take place and work basically? So how do you're sitting there and you're like, yes, I can FTK. So how?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, a lot of the time, it's just thinking while I work. So like I do construction, so it's a lot of like just working with my hands, and like I can pretty much go mindless and listen to a podcast while I do it. So a lot of times, if I have an idea in my head of like I want to be able to catapult turtle FTK or like do Dark Strike Fighter. Yeah, Dark Strike Fighter, that was the one. And you know, you have these cards. I like watching Farfa's Table 500. That gives me more ideas to FTK with. But like, we've reached a critical mass in the game with Halki Fibrax and Link Cross and the Guard Dragons, and Brotar being able to search almost anything, where you could pretty much make anything happen. Obviously, Link Cross got banned, and I think a lot of the combos actually just died from there because that was one of the main play starters. And same with O-Line being gone. So like, I think I don't know if I can come up with an FTK right now, especially I wanted to wait on more of the proof of concepts until Zenith came out. So it's like we can't even play these combos in a real tournament, so it won't even matter. I just like doing it because it's a nice proof of concept. I would never take an FTK to a tournament because I believe Yu-Gi-Oh! I play it to make friends and meet people, and I don't think playing an FTK deck really would help with that. So I personally just choose not to play FTKs. I just think it's cool making like a proof of concept video for them. But a lot of times I come up with different Crystal Beast builds like Metal Foes or True Draco. Those are suggestions from my buddies, actually. They're like, oh, these can actually synergize well with Crystal Beast. And then sometimes I'll even just search Dueling Book, the card database, and search anything that has to do with continuous spells and like anything that would have synergy with that.
I understand.
Despair Uranus.
I have searched and read every card that says tribute.
Face-up spells you have on the field, and Heartland Draco can't be destroyed while you have a face-up spell. So like, there's just like a couple different ways that you can make your favorite deck break if you just put in the time to research the database. I also have this friend named Kwanzi from the Crystal Beast Duelist group. We just like theory craft all the time. Like we've been messaging each other for like over a year and a half now, just like sending each other crazy ideas. And he's definitely the Crystal Beast scientist. Like he doesn't go to events or anything, but he's definitely like the guy in the background coming up with like crazy text. I think he saw the Mana Dragon Zernatron tech. Like that was totally him. That
You heard it here, people. You got the Crystal Beast, the Master, and then you have the Scientist. There's like a Dr. Stone synergy right here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, good. I see. Exactly. Phantom Crystal. Okay, so we were talking a lot about Zenith, but like Zenith, who like you search right now, there's no TCG card with that name. So would you like to tell the world who's Zenith and why do you think he's getting the super heavy treatment? Why don't we have Zenith right now? Why there's no Crystal Zenith? And who is he?
Well, you know, it is unfortunate. You did well, I'll talk about Zenith first. Like, who is he? He turns Pegasus into Alistair, like I said, Jet Synchron, just because Sapphire Pegasus basically gets an E-Telly now from the deck. Because Zenith is able to banish himself from the spell and trap zone to special summon a Crystal Beast and add a free card to your hand that you could use for discards from Nightmares or Dragoon even. But it's really awesome because it turns Pegasus into a one card engine, right? So even though it negates the effects, that would be awesome if it could use the effects. You could special summon a Ruby or a Pegasus from the deck and it uses effects. But even then, it's still like, well, that's such a crazy card. And he's a 3K beater. One of the problems with Crystal Beasts and not running Rainbow Dragon is now they don't have a huge damage threshold. But now you can attack with the Crystal Beast and then beam a Zenith from hand, and that's just a 3K beater you have there. And once you get to 3,000 attack, I think I heard this from one of the Zeus videos, but like once you get to 3,000, attack points don't really matter that much because you can pretty much hit over 90% of all monsters. And it's like something that's really cool with the super heavy treatment, even though it's unfortunate. But Staples 94, I think he's like the super heavy samurai god of their group. Like I think MBT mentioned that, but he was playing in the quarantine series for MBT, and he actually made top 16 with super heavies. And that was when like Scarecrow just came out, like the new support came out, and that kind of gives me hope. Where it's like, okay, even when Zenith comes, it's insane enough that even if he comes like a year from now, it's already been a year since he was announced. But like even if he comes a year from now, like I could still have like a good chance at topping a tournament with him like Staples 94 did. You know, shout outs to him. I have big respect for that guy trying to make that work.
You hear
But
that,
obviously, if you have a history with Konami of getting their support late, like the Pendulums and Crystal Conclave, we didn't get that. I think that was announced in 2014, and we just got it last year, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago is like the set after we got Bond and Bridge. But I have hope still.
Nice. We see. Okay, so yeah, basically Zenith, just to recap, Zenith is a crystal-based dragon that has two amazing effects, and they don't have it yet, and it's so ridiculous because it's such a good card. It's such a good card, it basically makes the deck do actual stuff. Like, non-ironically, you normal summon a guy and then you start doing a lot of stuff. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I have 3 questions that are...
First Crystal Beast to have an effect in the back row.
Yes, that's the true Crystal Beast. Of course, it had to be a dragon, of course. That's how Konami works. So now I have 3 questions for you that I can basically only do them to you. They had to do something with religion because you're a religious guy, right? You want to tell chat what religion are you in? Are you a part of?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. Yeah, I believe that Jesus is my Lord, and He's awesome. He came to die on the cross for our sins so that we can live with Him in heaven. And, you know, I play Yu-Gi-Oh too. I love Jesus and I love Yu-Gi-Oh. That's all you need to know about me.
Excellent. So one thing that usually happens in the card game world is sometimes religion and card games don't get along that well. So there was 3 questions I wanted to do respecting about religion and card games to kind of get your opinion about them, because we don't have that many religious people in the show. I mean, you're chapter 3, right? So we basically had no people in the show up to now, but it's a good thing we have, because now I can actually ask you these things. The first one being, so what's your point of view in the religion versus card games theme? Just that, because I have 2 other questions. Like, don't overshare on that question. Just your quick point of view between the religion versus card games, because they have a lot of problems. Like, yeah, basically that.
Yeah, funny that you mentioned that. Like, no one else in the lair is religious, because King Scarlet actually is a Christian. We like message each other about it, but it's awesome. He actually hosts like a small group Bible study at his house with his wife. I don't know if he wants me to mention that or anything, but I did want to mention that because I think that was cool. But
nice.
In terms of your question,
yeah, basically your point of view.
It's yeah. So one thing that some people do think about Yu-Gi-Oh, where they'd rather not play, is some people can get legalistic about it, where it's like, oh, it has witchcraft and sorcery and demons, right? But we're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh because of that. Some people think of it as like tarot cards, and I think it's mostly just because it's a new thing. That's why some people think of it that way. But obviously, I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't use it because it's like teaching me about witchcraft, or it's not tarot cards or anything. I'm sure someone in the world is using Yu-Gi-Oh as tarot cards, but not me. I play the game. But I think it's also important on the flip side to know that this is just a game. I'm not. It's not an obsession or anything, and that's why I have friends from my church too that also play the game. We help keep each other accountable, like making sure it doesn't become an idol in our lives. It's just a passionate hobby. That's all it really is. And well, I think for me, oh yeah. So I grew up. My parents went to a very legalistic church when I was young, and I wasn't allowed to play.
Wait. So second
It had
question.
evolution in it.
So second
So
question.
I wasn't allowed to play Yu-Gi-Oh either. But I love my parents. They're awesome. They go to a non-denominational Christian church now, and I just don't think I would do that to my kids. I wouldn't like keep them from playing games or Pokemon. And my parents understand that now too. They're like, yeah, that was a dumb church. And it's unfortunate that people do think that way, where it's like you have to excessively adhere to a certain formula in order to be Christian. Like that's not what it's all about. It's I don't like religion. I don't like the rules and organization. Like I believe that Christianity is a relationship. It's not a religion. But obviously I still I still want to do what God wants me to do in the like what He outlines in the Bible. And I serve on the production team with my church. It's pretty awesome being able to use my gifts that way, and it helps when I do construction too. So it's a lot of stuff. I'm training to be an event director too, so it's really cool. I think some people can get very like legalistic about it. I've said that a couple times, but I'm here to make friends. I'm here to meet people, and I think that's what Yu-Gi-Oh is really all about at the end of the day.
Amazing take, sir. Thank you for your opinion. So yeah, the next question was your personal story about religion versus card games, but you already told us the Pokemon problem, right? Because I think
Yeah.
you told me because Pokemon has evolution in it, so that's the reason you told me you were not allowed to play that game when you were a child. Okay, and the last one I wanted to ask is there something would you like to say to religious people? Maybe insecure about card games. That yeah, I mean, you kind of already told us, but maybe something about not people that don't like the card games, but maybe people who are interested in the card games and don't. I'm not really sure if they like should or not buy cards or play games because of religion.
Yeah, I think it goes along the same way, where it's like you got to see it as a game. It's nothing more than that. It's not going to like if you're at church and you tell people at your church that you play Yu-Gi-Oh, if they start being like, whoa, what is this? Doesn't that have sorcery and demons in it? And it's like, I think honestly that's not the right church family for you, because I think some people do see it that way, and I think it's also a byproduct of it being kind of a newer thing. It wasn't around 100 years ago, but it's the same reaction that people had with D&D, right? Where people thought that if you played D&D, you would like be a Satan worshiper or something like that. So there is that extreme to it, obviously. But if you play just to meet people, make relationships, then that should be your main goal. You shouldn't treat it as an idol either. There's a certain balance to it. But I'd say that everyone should be able to do the hobbies they like, as long as it's not in sin. As long as you're doing it for the right reasons, then I think you should definitely go for it, especially if you're passionate about it.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, now serious questions about that topic. Those are all. So now I have how much trouble do I get into if my whole reason of playing Yugi is a level 3 redhead demon?
Well, I think that's something that you got to take with God. You know, I'm not
Okay.
the one to tell you what to do. You're your own
Perfect,
man.
perfect. I'll survive for one more day. I'll discuss with them someday, not today though. Okay, thank you for your opinion. Really helpful. I mean, not helpful, but it's nice to have these kinds of point of view about these kinds of things because we don't always you don't see that topic being talked about a lot in the card game community. Like I haven't seen a lot of people like trying to
That's why I was really
check
happy
with.
to talk about it.
Okay, so thank you very much about that. Hope you did not feel uncomfortable while talking about that. Okay, so
Oh no,
next
that's what I want to use my platform for. I want to be able to use it for this.
next is wait, I'm lost in my questions. Yes, do you have Yugi friends? Which are your Yugi friends? Would you like to shout out some of them? Would you like to say something to them?
Like my real life friends, that kind of thing, or like people I've met in the Yu-Gi-Oh
No, like
community.
your personal Yugi friends. Like you think about Yugi and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go with this friend to play Yugi and stuff.
Yeah, gotcha. So like I'm actually wearing our team shirt right now. It's Team FS. Where we have a YouTube channel called Forbidden Squee, and we all have our names on the back too.
Let me see. Let me see. No, the mic doesn't let me see. Wait, no. Alright. Nishnik. A true team. I see.
But yeah, it's
A true team. I see. Yes.
it's I go with all my I go with all my friends from Team FS to regionals and stuff, and then obviously I have friends from locals from Top Caliber Gaming. We actually have a lot of good players from there, like Mitchell Martin, Noah Bagelman, Colby Potts, Tam Lee, if you know him.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Okay. Would you like to shout out some of them?
Oh
I
yeah,
guess.
that's
I guess you already told us the names, but shout out to Team FS. Thank you for bringing us the Crystal Beast Master.
Yep.
Right.
Of course. You know, shout out to Tony, Richard, Nico, Aiden, all of you guys. Okay.
You heard it here.
Um,
You heard it, guys. He loves you. Do not forget that. Okay. I guess you already talked about this before, but yes, love, lots of love. I guess we already talked about it, but what's your account? What's your like account history? Like your growth when you started doing stuff on YouTube? When you told us with the Team Sam thingy, you basically grew a lot in popularity.
yeah. It actually also goes before that, where we actually had our YouTube channel, Forbidden Squee. It has Exodia on it. That was like our team channel. I was recording and editing like every one of those videos. We did that for about a year. But everyone just kind of made a couple guys go off and make their own channels, and then everyone else just kind of like lost interest. And it was rough on my end, like editing and filming every video. You know, I wish there was I do wish there was a little bit more responsibility across the team, but it's awesome being a team group like that where it's like there wasn't a whole lot of editing either because you just have someone do their deck profile, they talk about their deck, and they make the content essentially. So it wasn't even that hard, but I wanted to make more Crystal Beast videos because I do have some Crystal Beast videos on there, but I want to make more of them, and I didn't want to flood our team channel with all of them, so I just started posting a couple of them on my channel, my personal channel, and you know, just kind of like here and there. Then Yassine messaged me, and I've been talking to him for about a year. Up until that time, I showed him like a Crystal Beast Metal Foes combo, and that's where our bond really started because he loves Metal Foes, I love Crystal Beast. But he messaged me, is like, hey, do you have any crazy combos you want to show Sam and put on a video? And since then I started being like, okay, I'm gonna post every week, see how this goes. If like Sam's gonna give me a shout out, I'm gonna be a good steward with this. I'm gonna try and take this as far as I can go. And I didn't think I'd ever see myself making videos every week, like being an actual Yugi YouTuber. But I started doing it, and I realized like I was like really passionate about this. I do enjoy doing this a lot. I get to talk about my favorite deck, and I love editing videos. And, a lot of people hate it, but I don't mind it. I kind of enjoy it, and I like building a community too alongside it. And it's crazy too. I didn't think I'd even get this far. I'm hoping I'd get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's the ultimate goal. But obviously, I'm thankful I got even 500 or 300.
That's really wholesome, sir. I love that story, and I hope you keep growing. So
Appreciate it.
next one is a different kind of question. So what's your favorite kind of deck? What's your kind of deck that you see and you're like, yeah, I enjoy those? Your kind of deck, yeah, like combo control, more slow focus.
Control decks. I definitely, yeah. I definitely am more attracted to control decks like Paleozoic, and I loved playing Sky Striker True Draco, Noah Bagelman's Striker Draco. That was so much fun to play. That was very, very high skill ceiling, and it fixed a lot of Strikers' problems where you're able to get bigger bodies on the field and just draw so many cards off of Heritage, Engage, and multi-roll, getting them all back. That deck was just so greedy, but it felt super good. It was just an awesome control deck, but it had like an OTK combo, right, with Boral Sword, Hornet Drone. So I love control decks that have an OTK combo, kind of like Crystal Beast Conclave Control was like that, where you just sit, play Conclave Control, and then you end with an Axis Code Selene combo, right? But one thing I do wish Crystal Beast had was more control, like grind game longevity, being able to record resources from the graveyard. Sapphire Pegasus is great at that, but we need a card like Crystal Blessing that gives you more than just like the graveyard setup.
Aye. So what's your most hated kind of deck? So what's a deck like you see and you're like, come on, man, do I really have to play against this again? What do you don't like to see?
It's not. Yeah, it's not just combo decks where it's like I'm fine with combo decks. They put up a lot of negates and interaction. What I absolutely hate is everyone hates floodgates, right? I think those are also fine as long as you keep them from winning, like their win condition. You're able to just get the out. I think like stun decks are all right, but what I hate is combo decks that end on floodgates. I'm thinking Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, Thunder Dragon Colossus, Imperial Order with Lunalights, right? I hate it when combo decks end on a floodgate in addition to all of their interruptions. I think that's too much. That's my absolute least favorite thing. Obviously, FTKs, that could be classified as your least favorite, but I don't like playing against combo decks that end on a floodgate in addition to everything else they have. That's why I'm hoping Colossus doesn't come back. I'm sorry, Thunder Dragon players, but I do not want Colossus to come back.
So you're basically BFD's best friend right now.
Oh, no, I do not like VFD either.
Alright. We are going to skip this question because you already answered it. What do you think about the community? And when I say the community, I mean your community, like your followers.
Yeah, I feel like my community could also be just combined with the Crystal Beast community as a whole. I think that is very wholesome. One thing I love about Crystal Beast players is something about it just attracts like very wholesome guys that aren't like super toxic. I think of the True Draco group as the opposite, where it's like you just have a bunch of crazy people in there. I think everyone agrees the True Draco Facebook group is one of the craziest places. In addition to Zodiac. Zodiac is pretty crazy. But one guy actually messaged me on Twitter, is like, hey, I want to let you know one of the best things about the Crystal Beast Facebook group is just how wholesome it is. I've never experienced a more wholesome community where people are all nice to each other and respectful. And honestly, I don't know how it got that way. I don't know if it was me being wholesome in my videos or just Crystal Beast does that. But I'm just so blessed to have an awesome community. I think everyone's really awesome and wholesome. That's the best word I could say for it.
I see. So you were talking about the Facebook Crystal Beast community and your followers. What do you think about different social networks communities. For example, what's your experience on Twitter? How do you have an Instagram? What's your experience in other networks with the community?
Yeah, so I do have Instagram, right? But I don't post anything Yu-Gi-Oh related on there. But my only Yu-Gi-Oh presence really is like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Facebook is like cool. You get to actually like be personal with people. They have a face, whereas Twitter you could just have like some anime girl as your profile picture, but Facebook is generally like I actually get to see this person. YouTube, it's kind of hard to connect with people on there except just in the comments. You can't like DM people on YouTube anymore, which is really unfortunate. I wish they bring that back. But YouTube's still good. Like you get like good constructive criticism comments. Sometimes you get some haters, but it's very few and far in between. Usually it's like very positive comments, and that's awesome. But Twitter's weird. Okay. I do not like Twitter out of all of those. Just I just really dislike the Twitter culture for some reason. Just something about it just allows people just to be so toxic, and it's kind of rough. I've had to take like week-long breaks from Twitter just to kind of get my mind right and just stop myself from checking it. But I'm on there. Yeah, I'm still on there, right? But I use it because it's kind of like a quick way where the posts don't really matter on Twitter. Like tweets don't matter as much. Like they don't hold as much weight as an Instagram or a Facebook post. You can just tweet something and just get some kind of quick update out there to let people know or something like that. I think it's a very useful tool, but some people don't use it for the right reasons, which is unfortunate. That's with anything, but I see it mostly with Twitter.
Aight. Aight. Do you have card collections besides the cards you use for playing? What do you collect?
I don't really have a collection, actually. I don't buy a whole lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm kind of more of a budget player. I try not to buy as many cards as possible, especially right now, because there aren't events. I do have like a little page where it's like my
Ultimate Rare Crystal Beast.
Me an Ultimate Rare Rainbow Dragon Japan, Ghost Rare Rainbow Neos I borrowed from my friend Tony. But actually...
Oh, he's gonna get him. He's gonna get him! Ah, show us the ultis. Show us the ultis, boy. Oh, wait. Wait, what? Wait. Wait, what's that? What's that? Is there a...
I just thought I'd show this. The
Is
Beckett
there... No way.
Beast magazine.
No way, what? Yo, that's really cool.
Got it for me from a guy off of eBay. Sold it for like $12, and he's like, I gotta get it for him.
Yo, that's really cool.
Like, look at how they aren't like official artists or anything. They have to make it not look like the real thing. So the Crystal Beasts look like they want to die. Like they just don't look very good at all.
Yeah, the copyright problem. Yes.
Exactly.
There's someone copywriting you. What's the solution? Now they all want to die. That's the solution.
Yes. Yes.
Alright. Who are you fan of? Like, what's your favorite content creators? Anyone would you like to shout out or tell the people like this is a really cool content creator? Your biggest, your smallest. What's your biggest? What are you fan of?
I have a lot of these actually. I really like Triff, obviously, because my channel is kind of the same idea where it's like focus on one deck, and he's really the pioneer of that, where it's like making a whole YouTube channel just from one deck. So I gotta give respect to him first of all. Obviously Sam too. He makes really hype videos. Without guys like Triff and Sam in the community, it would be so boring. If everyone was like Dazif, man, this game would not be hype and it'd be so boring. But Dazif is awesome too. I love his videos. Yassine, obviously, I comment on like a ton of his videos. King Scarlet, friends with him, and Duelist Academy. They stepped up my game a whole lot. I love the idea of the pro players being able to, hey, you could do like a monthly membership on Patreon and we'll help you get better. We'll coach you. We'll help out your decks and cut the bad stuff and put in the good goo stuff. Because I always thought there was a little bit of a huge gap where it's like I don't know the intricacies of how pro players think because a lot of them aren't content creators. It's hard to consistently top events and make weekly content. So it's like I think it's someone like Gabe where he reached like 3,000 subscribers, but he only posts like once a month, something like that. It's hard to consistently be good at Yu-Gi-Oh and be a content creator, but I love that these guys make themselves open. They're like, hey, we can make our content just basically how good we are at Yu-Gi-Oh. I think they might be perfectionists in that, not necessarily perfectionists, but they might think that they don't have a whole lot to offer to the community because they're just good at the game. They maybe not think that they're very funny or entertaining, but that's not true. Like that, I just like the information, like some of them are funny. Asal is hilarious, but I just like the information a lot that they let themselves be open. I've been a patron for them ever since like December of last year because I just really love supporting what they do. And obviously I love Ruggles. He does super high quality content. I talk with him sometimes on Facebook. Milano obviously is hilarious. Payne, I like as a content creator. I do consider him a content creator because he does make content that people enjoy. Payne,
we'll do, sir. Don't worry.
Yeah, I've also lately been really getting into MBT. I've been subscribed to him for a while. I do like his content, but his streams are something else. I don't usually watch Twitch streams, but I love listening to MBT streams and tuning into there. He's just such a funny guy. I actually don't really like watching him play Yu-Gi-Oh on stream. I like watching him reacting to different things. Funny enough, but MBT, like he's just super charismatic. Probably Triff is the most charismatic guy. MBT is the second most charismatic guy out of the Yu-Gi-Oh community, I think. Simo's cool too. Everyone's hating on Simo. I don't know why. I love his videos too. Nim Nim.
And Nim Nim. Okay.
Yeah, and Nim Nim.
Yeah, I tried to contact some of those to see if they wanted to do an interview. I've been highly ignored because, of course, like it makes sense. But I have my high hopes. I listened to Panic at the Disco. Okay, I got high hopes. Okay. Okay, so those. Yeah, you basically told me every single YouTuber and. So what are you a fan of? Yes. What? Sorry. Yes. Alright.
Yeah, I watch like all of them almost.
Yeah, chat's discussing about Sam. They say it's a double-edged sword. There are two sides. Some love him, most hate him. I'm the side of I don't hate Sam, but I think Sam is a really, really good player. Like I respect Sam as a player. He's super good. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, the way he over-exaggerates his videos, I do not like those. Their videos are amazing. They are amazing. But I don't like that over-exaggeration that much. But yeah, there's it's truly be 50% love him, 50% hate him. Like because the content is that strong. It's like either
a lot of people think it's like fake. Same with Triff. But like Sam is the same guy off camera as he is on camera, funny enough. He's just like a hype guy. He just gets excited about a lot of what he talks about. That's at least what Yassine's told me, and that's the vibe I got from like messaging him on Facebook when I did collab with him. Like Sam's an awesome guy. I freaking love Sam. I bought his Team Sam sleeves off of his website because I want to support him.
That's really wholesome and cool, sir. Okay. Next one. What's your opinion on rarities? What's your rarity tier list? What's your favorite rarity, and what rarity do you think it's really good for starting a fire?
For starting a fire? Oh. Gotta go with commons. You can get a lot of those in a fire, right?
So you don't like commons at all, basically.
Yeah, I actually do like gold rares more than commons. Yeah, I don't like commons at all.
Okay, so what's your favorite? Gold rares?
My favorite? No, not gold rares. The maximum gold though, those look so clean.
Oh yes,
but
the bling
my
bling
favorite's
cards.
Captain Ultimate rare. Yeah, I don't think Ghost Rare looks very good a lot of the time. You have to get the right Ghost Rare.
Yeah.
Like Black Rose Dragon or Stardust Dragon Ghost Rare, those look good. But a lot of them just like Leviathan Dragon.
Yeah, there's some ghost rares that look so good, like they are three-dimensional, and then there's like white. Yes, I will buy this white card. Thank you. Alright.
Yeah, it's unfortunate Rainbow Neos doesn't look very good as a ghost rare either.
So I think we can kinda guess this next one, but what's your opinion on TCG versus OCG? What's the biggest thing you feel like that differentiates both OCG and TCG?
Yeah, well, I think we all know, from my perspective, the biggest thing. But another reason why, I'd rather play TCG honestly than OCG, even if it wasn't for Zenith, obviously. But it's because I'd rather play Bakugan TCG rather than play against Maxi.
Alright. Oh, so no Zenith complaint. Okay.
I didn't want to mention it, but that's another reason.
Say it.
That's one reason.
Scream, shout it to the skies. Where is Zenith?
Oh, I want to play OCG so I can play with Zenith.
Alright. Do you have? Well, we just had a ban list, right? So this one's kind of hard now. But what's your ban list wish list? What would you like to get instantly banned right now, and what do you think could get unbanned? Any wishes?
Bro, you're gonna hate me for this. I'm not going to say anything that I want to be banned. I feel like my opinion.
You're going to say masterpiece, don't you?
Everyone else's,
You're going to say masterpiece.
Hang on.
You're going to say masterpiece.
Obviously, I want to be banned. So. Yeah, but in terms of unbans, this is where it gets spicy. I want Dragonic Diagram to get unlimited. I love that card. I want Electrum to come back. I love Electrum, and it makes Crystal Master very good again. And finally, I want Masterpiece to come back.
Fuck. You deserve to get Maxi. Okay. Alright.
Oh, but Masterpiece is great in Crystal Beast. If you tribute a Crystal Beast spell or trap, or a continuous beast spell, it gives him monster immunity.
I see it.
It's really cool because it's original type.
I guess we cannot say it's not true. Masterpiece is daddy. Masterpiece is true daddy. So it is true daddy material. Alright.
Next in the Biru.
So I'm lost in the questions. Okay, so I have two very similar questions for you right now. Two very similar questions. And they seem like they are kind of the same question, but they are not. The first one being, what do you think is the best deck right now? Like, what's the best deck right now in this format?
Like, objectively, right?
Objectively, yes.
Okay, it's gotta be Drytron, gotta say, as it's just got a higher ceiling than Virtual World. Everyone knows what Virtual World does, but people don't know what Drytron ends on a lot of the time. Obviously, you could say Vanity's Ruler, but I saw in MBT's Quarantine series, someone was doing Artifact Dagda and Tornado Dragon. So just with that higher ceiling alone, I think Drytron has to be the best deck.
Alright. And the next question is really alike. These questions are always done to every single duelist. The next one is, what do you think is the best deck, baby? The best deck! What's the best deck, baby?
Yeah, the best deck? It's Pendulum, baby!
Pendulum, baby, let's go!
Pendulum
best deck!
You wanna know why?
Let's go!
Pendulum!
Excellent.
If Pendulum's the best deck, then Crystal Beast is right up with them, baby. Let's go. Pendulum's best deck!
Yes, baby. Best deck, let's go. Excellent. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you. Okay,
and best deck. And best deck.
The next question I never remember what does this mean. The next question says random stuff. I legit don't know why I write random stuff. I don't know what it means. So I
Alright,
guess
well,
now I will ask you random stuff.
random.
So
Pretty random of you to ask me that, but we'll see.
let me see. I guess we can do the chat questions now for a bit. Alright. Chat, listen. Chat.
I see a lot of them scroll.
Shotgun every single question you have right now. Every single question. Every question you want Neshy to answer right now. Start typing, start flipping tables, start shooting everything. This is your chance. Be respectful, you motherfuckers. Be respectful, okay? I swear to God. I swear to depend God, okay? I'm gonna be respectful. Okay, have you read Misk?
Someone asked who is Misk? I don't know what that is.
Misk being Miscellaneosaurus. Have you read it?
No, I don't know who that is. I don't know who you're talking about.
Excellent. Well, good for you then. Your opinion on Aroma?
Not Aroma. I
Yes.
don't like Aroma at all. I hate him in Duel Links.
hear
Every
that?
time I play them
Yeah?
in Duel Links, they
Hear
always
that?
open the nut.
You hear
And
that,
it
Boop?
sucks.
You
They
hear
never
that?
break when I play
Get up!
them.
J-Rex says, what's your favorite summoning mechanic?
Pendulum. Pendulum's my favorite summon.
Okay, what's your opinion on Rainbow Neos with
Let's
one
go, Pendulum!
Neo
summon 8 negate.
Fusion and one Rainbow Dragon, one... What's your opinion on Anaconda combo with Rainbow Neos? Basically.
Oh yeah, it's good. If I'm going to play Rainbow Neos, I'm going to play 3 Neos fusion so that I won't have to like. It's good to draw, right? You don't have to make Anaconda to do that, but it's
Yeah, it's not like
if you're
Red
going
Eyes
to run
Fusion.
that, you have to play going second. But unfortunately, I do think Dragoon is just better than Rainbow Neos.
Okay. Thoughts on Gradles? Besides Spain.
I don't have any thoughts on Gradles, except that the one fusion guy in Duel Links pops both back row, and it sucks. You have to shotgun the Conclave and bounce back the tuner in order to do that. That's the only thing I know about Gradles, is the synchro guy is actually insane. Duel Links.
Get this man on the Konami ban list. Favorite Pendulum archetype?
Metal Foes, baby. I love Metal Foes. Love me some
Aye.
Metal Foes, because you can pop the Crystal Beast, they go to the back row. You can Pendulum summon a Ruby, and it all comes out. But if it wasn't Metal Foes, then it'd be Endymion. I did play pure Endymion for a while. Like, Endymion's so much fun. But I hope that Crystal Beasts honestly get more Pendulum support. Like, some people are asking for like a retrained Rainbow Dragon that makes them as powerful as UCT, or maybe extra deck cards like a Link. But if we got like Pendulum Crystal Beasts, like retrains that are Pendulums, oh, that would be so good.
Mr. Sineframe Pepega, which is, by the way, people, the guy that makes the background music, which is not playing right now because welcome to the lair. I might have missed it, but which Crystal Beast is your favorite in terms of artwork?
In terms of artwork, I gotta go with Emerald Tortoise. He's just sitting there, he's just chilling. I love green. I'm just a sucker for green. My favorite.
Yes, we
He's
saw.
just very symmetrical. None of the other Crystal Beasts are symmetrical, but he just is symmetrical.
Yeah, we saw you spamming the turtle in your combos for no reason whatsoever. We know we see you.
No, he's awesome.
What do you think about Dark Crystal Beasts?
Ooh. Well, I'm not edgy enough to play them, first of all, but I'm also like, I need to listen to more Linkin Park before I can play them. They also just aren't very good.
I see.
But Rainbow Dark Dragon is good in other decks. So, like, I know Ryan Levine, he brought Crystal Beast to a YCS, or no, not Crystal Beast. He brought like Brass BA to a YCS, and he played Rainbow Dark Dragon to non-ironically banish 7 darks from the graveyard and summon and kill his opponent with it.
Nice. If you could reprint one card of your choice, what would it be? Doesn't have to be Crystal Beast. Any card, reprint. Evenly match.
I hate that card. I did not like when people evenly match.
I hate it too.
I'll have to think about that some more. Because obviously I could say like Triple Tactics Talent, but whenever there's a staple card like that that comes out, there's usually like another card that replaces it a year later or something like that. But Konami's been doing a great job on the reprints. I don't think there's anything really that comes to mind. Like, it was Phantasme for a while. I did want Phantasmes, but they were $100.
Yeah,
but now the reprint is a very affordable price. So.
That's true. Konami has been doing some good reprints in the last 2 years, yeah. With Dude and, like...
Yeah, for sure.
Dude was such a crazy set, like... Duel Devastator.
Yeah, Dude was awesome.
That was so crazy.
I love the artwork to Dude, too.
Yeah, yes. What's your opinion on salads? In case
people hate like the darker colors. Salads?
Yeah.
My brother played salads, and I played against them a lot. But it's like a very good baseline deck. If I'm ever testing a new idea, I like playing it against salads because it's like a jack of all trades. It doesn't do anything insane. It's like a very fair deck, but it's also very good. So that's a very good like baseline deck to play against. It was also the most represented deck in 2019, so that's probably why I played against it a lot to test.
Right. Boop. Get Aroma out of my chat. What do you think about TCG Aroma, not Duel Links?
I don't know anything about TCG Aroma. I don't know anything about them.
Don't worry, sir. You don't have to know anything about TCG Aroma. There's no need.
Good.
I guess that will be it for the questions then. 2 more things, and then we can go into a stop. Any shoutouts to anyone you would like to do? To your team, to your... Yes. You said stop or...
Yeah, shoutouts to Team FS, obviously. You got the Cyber Dragon Mastermind, Tony. You got the Toon King, Matt. The Dragoonity Overlord, Richard. And... Oh, Dr. Galaxy, a B, obviously.
Nice. You heard
all
it,
these guys. FS all the way.
You have been shout outed.
Everyone at Top Cal.
Yeah, that's your locals, right?
Yeah, that's my locals, Top Cal. So like all the guys there, Nick and Noah, Mitch, Avi, Leo, all those dudes.
Okay. This is one more thing. After chapter 2, we've implemented a system which actually was the reason why you are here right now. Every guest is legally allowed to nominate any person they'd like to be on this show. Any person you like. The only condition being it has to be a content creator and it has to be a duelist. Do you have any names in mind right now? You can only choose one. There can be only one.
Only choose one.
Yes.
So
it can be a really big one, really small one, as long as you find it duelist and content creator, anyone.
Could I give you like one option and then 2 backups? Because like it goes down in a line.
You can give me
show. I think he would have a lot of good ideas.
Okay. You can give me a ABC, but I will only take the first one that works from the top to the bottom, because you can only pick one.
Yeah.
So shoot the names.
So like Yassine, obviously, I think would be great to have on this show. He went on Gate Guardian podcast, and he's just an awesome guy to talk to. He's very kind, very friendly. He has 15,000 subs, so he's getting really big. But he would be awesome to have on the show. I just don't know if he'd have the time to do it. Like, he's a very busy dude.
Alright. And what's your backups? Backups.
So that's why I wanted to have the backups where it's like I wanted to. So Column King Shannon Long, I think would be cool to talk to, but he's been very inactive. I don't think he's really like doing anything in the past month or two. So that's why I think the other backup would be Yashan, the Grenmaju goat. He's a very nice guy. He was the first person to top YCS Portland. He got second place with Grenmaju, and he has a lot of good ideas. He's funny, so I think he'd be really good backup.
Yes, sir. We'll check them out. As long as they are content creator and duelist, it's legal to recommend. I try to check on all three of those. With your help, of course, I'll try to contact them. It's not like an instant thing. I don't go instantly for the next nomination. I also have a list I have to cover, but they will be on the nomination tree right now. And I think I'm forgetting something. Ah, yes.
Sounds good.
Because of Twitch laws, I won't be able to upload this until 2 days later. So I'll let you know when this gets uploaded on YouTube. And I will give you the link so you can share it to people. And that would be it for today, sir. Thank you so much for passing by. It was a pleasure having you
Thank you
on
for
the show.
having me on the show. It's a pleasure meeting you and pleasure meeting your community. The lair, everyone in the lair.
Yes, sir. If you ever need something to be tributed, just call me. I can assure you I can tribute 100% of the cards you need me to.
All right, sounds good. If I ever top deck Monster Gate, I'll make sure to give you a call.
Yes, sir. So, well, thank you for answering every question. It was really helpful, especially the religion part. You're basically the first I've seen doing this, so thank you so much. Also, thank you for coming, because of course the nominate guy can just say hell no and leaves. So thank you so much, and I hope you had a great time. Now we have met you. Now we know you. You will be on the archive. Thank you so much.
Now
We have met the duelist. Sir, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you later. Thanks for
Alright,
having
sir.
me, Lulu. Peace.
Goodbye. And stop recording.